Hi, I'm Marnie Pehrson of IamJoyful.com and IdealMarketers.com. We've been talking about becoming the hero or heroine of your own life. As we continue this analogy of our lives as a story, and we're the characters in the story, we can go to Hebrews, where it says that Jesus is the author and the finisher of our faith. He's an author, and he's writing our life story, and it's a story about faith. It's not a story about how you became a prize-winning novelist, or how you became a real estate investor that made millions of dollars, or how you made thousands in the stock market, or how you became a great physician, or whatever. That's not the story that he's writing. The story that he's writing is your faith story. It's how you developed and grew in faith throughout your lifetime. Now, given that he is this author, every good author has to answer 6 questions. Who, what, why, when, where, and how. Now, in the story of our lives, it helps if we can learn what part he controls and what part we control. For example, if I'm writing a fiction novel, I create my characters. They have distinct personalities. They have distinct talents. I put them in a setting that I know will develop them into who I know that they can become by the end. I have a vision in mind of who they are at the beginning and who they can become by the end of the story. So I put events and places and other characters into their life to kind of steer them till they end up where I know they can be, and they have this character growth by the end of the story. So as an author, God is doing the same thing with us. He's putting us in contact with other people, other characters, other circumstances and events that will shape us in ways that he knows we can reach our full potential by the end and really become the hero or the heroine. Now, as he's doing this, he's controlling different elements. And a lot of times we try to take over the story. We try to manipulate the story ourselves. We might try to force things to happen out of time or out of season or in certain ways that we feel like we're beating our head against the wall sometimes, where you're just really trying to make something happen and it's just not happening. So what we want to get clear on is the distinction between what we control as the character and what the author controls. So first of all, I'm just going to give you a brief summary of those 6 areas. And then in the future segments, we'll go into more depth on each one of these. The first is who. The only person that you can control is you. You have the ability to make your own choices and to decide whether you want to become what God wants you to become or you want to become something different. He will not force you to play out this story. He will not force you to become the hero or heroine. Your life could become a crisis story or a tragedy if you so choose to live your life in such a manner. So the who that you control is you. You can't control anyone else. Nobody else is within your control because they're each the hero or heroine of their own story, and you cannot manipulate them. God will not take away someone else's agency to make your story work out. Now, he does influence people and bring certain people together to make things happen, but he's not going to take away someone's agency to answer your prayers. The next is what, and you have a little bit of control over what you want out of life. You have quite a bit of control over what. You have control over why you want it, your motivations, your feelings, and who you want to be, why you want to be that person. The rest of it, the who, what, why, you have some control over. But where, when, and how, you don't. Those are in God's control. He controls when it's going to happen, where it's going to happen, and how it's going to happen. So as you go through your life, if you'll learn to take action in the areas where you have some control and then let go of everything else, everything will work out better. Now, in our next segment, we're going to talk a little bit more about who and cover those nuances of what you control, about who you are, and then also how to interact with other people who are playing out their own stories.